Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of the Angel of Words podcast, where your stories are heard. I am your host, Angel of Words. And before we get started, don't forget to click on that notification bell on YouTube, subscribe, like, follow, share. We're also available on Spotify, which has video now, and all podcast platforms. So check us out. The website to cop the exclusive merch and also see the exclusive content is AOWENT.com. And our sponsor for today's podcast is OTW Threads, reminding you to be out of this world. Now, on deck on the Angel of Words podcast, we have plus size model Cheka Shining. Hello, Miss Cheka Shining. Thanks for joining us on the Angel of Words podcast. It's a pleasure to have you.
Thank you for having me. It's an honor.
Of course. I mean, it is an honor for us as well. You're super cool. I remember meeting you at the photo shoot and your energy being on fleek. And then, I found out that you were a plus size model. You're the first plus size model I ever met. I don't even know how you get into that field. Could you explain to the audience, how you become a plus size model for those people that don't know?
Yes. So pretty much there's regular models and there's plus size models. There's BBWs. So I fall into plus size BBW because I'm big, but I have no shame. I love my body.
Is that a thing, you want to do?
Thank you. First thing you want to do if you want to become a model, have a good photographer. Seriously, you need a good portfolio. Practice a lot. And it's not just taking a quick picture. It's more than that to be a model. You need to have different poses. You need to get into your feelings, like really feel different feelings. Happy, sad, mad, angry. Put all those into pictures, And then, of course, submit to agencies. And if they don't get you, go on Insta. Make them see you. Seriously, make them see you. That's what I kind of did. I'm an influencer.
Yeah. Okay, so what did you do? Could you describe the process of what you do to get into the field that you're in right now?
Yes. So pretty much I got a good photographer. I did a couple of collabs, which opened doors for me, and I got into an agency. Right now, I'm actually very honored and lucky to be represented by a good firm, which is Nori Consulting Firm. And they're opening more doors and helping me build my brand.
Is this something you ever thought you would get into?
I used to play around when I was younger. I used to do modeling, but then, I became a mom. So I let go of that. But 2 years ago, during the pandemic, I separated from my ex. Well, he's my ex now. And I decided to go after something different, And I found modeling, acting, streaming, YouTube, and so much more.
Wow, what gave you the courage to go out there and do that?
Yes. And while raising 5 kids on my own.
So raising 5 kids on your own is what gave you the courage to go out there and do that.
Yes. I want them to know that no matter what happens in life, you could still start over and never give up on anything. Like seriously, even if somebody tells you you're not good enough, work harder. Make them see how good you are.
Wow. And they've seen how good you are. You're doing a lot of things. And how does it feel, when you're proving it to not only your followers, but your own family members?
Yeah. I have a lot of support, a lot of good people that have been by my side, helping me, supporting me, And that's the best thing you can have is a lot of good support because it'll make you get your dreams.
Now, according to WNYCstudios.org, 67% of women are considered plus sized, right? However, there's still $20 billion. It's about 30% of the market still untapped when it comes to that. Like, how does it make you feel when you hear a stat like that? The way the industry is treating plus size ladies in America.
It feels like it's time for a change. And I'm here to change. I'm bringing change because there's a lot of beautiful women out there that actually have talent and want to be models, but don't have the opportunity because they don't want them because of their size. So let's fight for that. Let's show people what we have because it shouldn't matter the size. If you really look at it through statistics and everything, after you have children, a lot of women gain weight and it's hard for them to lose it, you know? Why should be ashamed of who we are? Embrace who you are. And that's hopefully the message that I'm spreading by becoming a model. I'm showing other women that they can go after their dreams and it should not matter their size. And hopefully, little by little, the industry will give more women chances.
Does it bother you that the industry does not seem to care about that though? It's crazy. They're leaving $20 billion on the table. It's
I
so
think
crazy
they're
to me.
just, I think they're just used to it, but I see the change. Honestly, I've done runway. I've met so many amazing designers, and there was always a connection with them. And as soon as they met me, it was like, we do need to bring BBW plus sizes to our events. So it's a work in progress. It doesn't bother me because sometimes people don't understand or don't realize. Sometimes they're just set on old ways, and we have to change. We have to show them with kindness and love that we got to include everybody.
No, inclusion is a big deal. Inclusion is a big deal. There's a whole movement of inclusion. They have if I'm not mistaken, there was a humongous um undertaken by Getty Images and Refinery 29 called Project 67, which embodies the 67% of United States females who land in the plus size category. Um, you know, what have you been doing yourself to make sure that plus size women are getting their just due in this what people consider to be superficial? I just consider it to be just modeling.
Well, I try to speak up. I use all my platforms to tell women to embrace who they are. And, I try to reach out to a lot of designers because I want them to see that all women are beautiful. They just come in different shapes and sizes. And every woman should be given an opportunity, you know? I know sometimes it's very strict, the rules, regulations, and I get that. Certain designers want certain things and they will not change. But I'm hoping using my voice, it'll bring a difference, even if it's slowly.
What kind of pushback have you seen from designers yourself?
Well, up to now, I can honestly say I've done a couple of things and a lot of designers didn't have sizes that fit me. But, but I can honestly say they reached out and they're working on bigger sizes and they're going to open up more to plus size. So that's a start. It's a big start. So I'm hoping by next year we start seeing more change.
So designers have literally told you like my bad, like you know what I mean? I messed up. I could do better. There is that kind of sentiment within the fashion industry.
Pretty much when I've gone to castings, there have been designers because they bring their designs. So when there's a fitting, sometimes there isn't sizes for me because I'm big. So it's given the motivation to create bigger sizes to include more plus size, which is honestly a big blessing.
But my thing is like, don't they know like what they're getting into? You know what I'm saying? Like like, shouldn't they be prepared for that? It's so weird that they wouldn't have those sizes available to you ladies, even though they know they're doing an event that's catering to all shapes and sizes. So crazy.
I agree. Um, but I think it has to go back to how the industry was always skinny people. I gotta say it like that. So now it's like a little
I mean,
different.
those are just the
So I guess
facts,
a lot of
Cheka. I
designers are
mean,
getting used to bringing in the plus size, but they're not really used to it yet. So they're prepared for the average model, the skinny models, and not so prepared for the plus size. But that's the change that we have to bring. You know, um, I can honestly say it did make me sad at the beginning because, you go to these castings so excited and you get it, and then there's no clothes that fit you. But little by little, it's changed. It's change coming, you know? James Corbett was the most amazing show I did for Elite Runway. And let me tell you, Sylvia Robinson, she had a beautiful dress for me. And she's literally designing plus size regular women. I'm really amazed at her. She is a beautiful designer. So I believe change is coming little by little.
that's beautiful. I would like to, if you can elaborate more on the fashion designers that are catering to plus size ladies, so that women out there know who to look for. Because like, I just know Lane Bryant off the top of my head. Off the top of my head, you know what I mean. I don't really know too many designers that are catering to plus size ladies.
Yes. Well, off the bat, I could honestly speak on behalf of Sylvia Robinson because she designs for different sizes. There's other designers, but I don't have their names on me. So I can't, but I could always message you information on these new designers because there are a couple ones that I have spoken to and they are creating different lines and they should have the recognition, because they're bringing change into the fashion industry.
How does it make you feel seeing that change? Because I would imagine that you've been in the industry for a little minute now. You know what I mean? You're an
It
influencer.
makes me
You
feel proud, very proud, because my curvy girls, we need to be out there too. We need clothes too. We need good designs.
I mean, everybody wants to feel fresh. It's so crazy to me. You know?
We want to look sexy too. We
Yeah,
want to look hot.
yeah. Of course. I mean, everybody wants to feel their best self.
Yeah.
But you're feeling like there's a transition happening within the fashion industry, and they're starting to cater more towards the plus size lady, which is 67% of the United States of America, which is a huge number. It's basically two-thirds of the market when it comes to fashion, fashion period, fashion apparel for ladies. That's so
Hmm.
crazy. Wow. Did you know that coming in?
Oh no, I did not know that. And the first, I can honestly, I won't mention any names, but the first photographer
Okay.
I ever worked with was a student, a photographer, and I was trying to build my portfolio. And the first thing that he told me was, "You're too big to model," and that really hurt my feelings. But I didn't give up. I actually met a great friend, which that was the best shoot I've ever had. I'm gonna be honest, was with Ray Forrest. He
Ray Forrest.
introduced
Shout
me.
out to Ray Forrest.
Yes, Ray
No,
Forrest is
continue. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
he's an amazing model, and he's always believed in me. He's a very good friend. He introduced me to Akeem, which is a photographer, and that photo shoot was amazing. Both of them reminded me how strong and powerful I am and to embrace who I am. And ever since then, I haven't stopped.
I met both those guys. They're awesome, actually.
Yes.
Definitely gonna put them up there, man. That's for sure. Okay, so those two guys were the ones that helped you along your path. Wow, okay. That's what's up, man.
They were
Great
there at
dudes,
the
by the way. Shout
beginning
out to them.
and they pushed me and I landed a lot of photo shoots with an amazing photographer, which is one of my closest friends. His name is Jose Durang. He does a little bit of everything, which then I met Lisa from Lisa Makeup World. She's a MUA and much more. She helped me get on billboards. So I've actually had 3 billboards in Times Square. And that
is
landed me
fantastic.
sponsors.
And shout out to Lisa Makeup World. Met her too. Wow, that's so fantastic. People doing big things, you know. That's why I like going to networking events, you know what I'm saying? Definitely gonna throw
Yes.
on some footage from that day. Um, Now you're in a contest, correct? Okay, could you
Yes.
let
Yes.
the audience know the contest, how important it is, and what the contest is about?
Okay. So the contest that I'm in is full figure model, which I'm full figured. I'm curvy. It is International Star Weekend at Marriott Hotel in Newark, New Jersey. There's going to be a lot of different models competing. It's runway with different styles, different dresses. Everybody brings their own style, and we get judged. The winner gets a trip to Cancun, and of course, a lot of photo shoots, which is amazing. Yeah. So I think it's a blessing. And the contest is actually run by John Blessing Game from New Day Associates. He does a lot of good work.
How'd you get caught up with that? How'd you get invited to that situation? That sounds amazing.
Well, it was the Nori consultant firm. They actually got me in the casting and I got in. And I'm very, very excited because I've met some amazing people there. More networking.
Now, like, what is it gonna take for you to win? Do people have to donate? Like, what's going on? Let people know where they can find you and send that money your way if they need. I don't know what the deal is. Give us the
Okay.
information. Don't hold back.
Yes. So right now, obviously, everybody knows I'm a single mom and it's expensive. It's really expensive.
How
So
many
I need
children?
dresses, shoes. Okay. It's car fare, different things to make sure I'm there. So I actually set up a GoFundMe page with it's on my bio. If anybody wants to support or help me, I'm also selling tickets for $35 so I can compete, make sure I'm there. So if anybody
Okay,
wants to come out.
where can they find? Where can they go and donate? Where can they click on? Like,
Okay.
where can they find you
They could
online?
go on my Instagram. It's Cheka_187. And then my other account is Cheka Shining 10. So if you DM me, I can meet up. If you want to donate through GoFundMe, thank you. Seriously, for supporting the single mom. And yeah, we could arrange a meetup at Manhattan. Is usually close by to everybody. If you ever need the tickets, definitely an open location. I am a single mom.
Now, as a single mom, how do you have the fortitude to do all this? Because I know that raising kids isn't easy.
It is
You know,
truly, truly expensive. I'm going to tell you,
yeah.
it is very expensive. I am a streamer. So I work on Bingo USA. Anybody want to go on there and donate some beans? Seriously, because that's how I get paid. So I do my hours, I get
What is
beans, and
that?
I get
What is
paid.
that? I've never heard of that. Bean Go USA? What is that?
Bigo USA is an app,
Yeah,
it's a
Bigo,
streaming
yeah.
app
Okay.
that you could download on your phone. And
Okay.
literally, there's different people. Some people do makeup tutorials, exercise, they do different things on there. My stream is I do makeup tutorials, I also do meditation. I do Let's Talk with Cheka, keep it 100. So I bring up different topics, things that I go through in my life, things that I have seen. Like right now, I have one child that's actually being homeschooled. She suffers from anxiety. So I talk a lot about that, the struggles, how you can help, how you can support. So I try to empower other women because listen, being a mom is not easy, whether you have a husband or you're single. It's hard raising a child. And sometimes we need support because it takes a village to raise a child.
It takes a village to raise a child. But nowadays, people don't want a village raising their child. They want to do everything by themselves, man. Do you get help from other people? Like, are you okay with getting? Because I know a lot of single mothers that don't want help from anyone.
Well, I would appreciate help. Literally, I would appreciate help. Oh God, I would appreciate help. But I really don't have family down here. Like I have my family always calls, texts. They even send me packages. Like they're awesome at that point. But I don't have anybody close by to really help me with the kids. I do co-parent. So every once in a while, they go with their dad. If I have a big event, he'll scoop them up. But it's kind of hard. And I try to do my best on my own. I have good friends that support me, you know.
And most of your work is done in New York. Are you from New York originally, or are you from another town?
Well, originally I'm from here, but I moved around a lot when I was a kid. And then I came back to New York. Yeah.
What was that like? What
But
was
I
that
am
culture
planning
shock like?
to travel soon. I got some upcoming projects, which I can't mention just yet, but I do plan on traveling soon.
Oh my God, you're on the Angel of Words podcast. Mention half of one. Could you mention half of one? She's like, no, I can't do that. Copy. Now, Cheka, you're shining. You're doing more than just modeling. You're also in the voiceover realm, correct? You've done some voiceover work. What's that been like? What's harder, modeling or voiceover work?
I love everything I do. I'm going to be honest. It's just work. And it's fun. Honestly, everything I do is fun. Voiceover, I love. I can't decide. I just love everything.
So, what did you do voiceover? First of all, how did you get into voiceover work? That's so crazy.
Well, with voiceover, I actually got into it through a couple of castings that I did. They liked my voice, and they suggested I should keep doing voiceover. So, Jose Durang actually created a video with me and my daughter, and I did the voiceover on it, which was beautiful. And that was actually representing BU brand. So it was really, really cool on that.
Do you like voiceover acting? Do you like doing that?
Yeah. Yes. Especially after I heard it. It was amazing.
Oh, that's dope. And you've also done acting as well. So you're getting a lot of work in different realms of
Yes.
thespianism, I think you would call it.
I
Yeah, that's
actually
pretty dope.
went to a casting, and it was supposed to be just extra role, but I ended up getting a little role in a little sitcom movie. So it's kind of cool. And it's going to be on Netflix. It hasn't dropped yet. I can't wait to tell you when it does. And then
Hold
I
on.
did,
Is there a name? Is there a name? Can you tell us the name at least? Can you tell us anything about it?
it's supposed to be Hood Story,
Really?
and it has
Okay.
some really big actors. Can't say yet. I
Okay.
can't wait to tell you.
Okay, no, that's awesome. They signed the NDA, so just definitely let us know where to find that, so I could eventually put the information below your video that's gonna
Yes.
drop. You know what I'm
I did
saying?
another casting, which landed me another role in KIDULTS, which it hasn't come out yet, and that is
That's a
a
big deal,
very
kid. You
great
got you
sitcom.
got a role in Kidults?
Huh?
You got a role in Kidults? They casted you for that?
KIDULTS.
Yeah, I know.
KIDULTS.
Kidults, yeah, like kid adults, yeah, definitely. That's super. You got a role in that? How'd you score that? How'd that happen?
Well, it's an extra role, but I was talking.
Well, I mean, that's
So,
great, you know what I mean? But like because the thing is, there's a lot of women out here, you know what I'm saying? They may feel plus size, they feel like they can't make it in entertainment. You're making moves in entertainment. You know what I mean? I would like for you to tell them, like, the what you've done to actually get into those fields. So how did you
well,
land
I
that
am
role?
gonna tell you the truth. When I first
Okay.
started going to castings, I didn't have an agency. I did not have a manager. So I actually went on Talent Gigs NYC on Craigslist, and I took chances. And I landed me those two parts.
So you went on Craigslist. That is bold. I mean, I remember one time I bought tickets to a concert. They were fake. I had to buy new tickets at the door that day. That was nuts. But you went to Craigslist, you landed real situations, and that has spawned everything you're doing right now. That's
Yes.
absolutely insane. Wow.
It's like a dream come true.
So what would you tell people? You tell them to take risk? Like like what would you say,
I would say you do have, sometimes you have to take risks, but always do your homework, because before I went out my door, I did my research, I did my homework, I spoke to the person, I video chatted with the person. I wanted to make sure that that was the right person. Because imagine you do something and it's not that person, they kidnap you. I got 5 kids. I can't afford to get kidnapped. So make sure you do your homework.
Wow. I mean, that's absolutely true. Have you ever been, have you always been plus sized, or is this something that matriculated after pregnancy? Like, how?
Like, I think I've always been a little plus size, but as I've had kids and stuff, yeah, I did gain because I was actually on the depot shot. So I did gain
Okay.
a lot of weight, and I've been losing it little by little. I had a miscarriage. I was pregnant. So that triggered a lot of weight, and little by little I'm losing it, but I'm very, very proud of my weight loss story. Right now I'm actually doing influencing work for a sculpting place. So I'm very, very excited on that because I'm sculpting my body and doing my exercise, drinking my water, and I like my body.
Well, the thing is that you've been doing a lot, you've been trend setting a lot, you know what I mean? Being yourself and, you know, reaching out to those ladies that feel like they're underappreciated because of their body sculpture. You know what I'm saying? Like, how does that make you feel when women look up to you and they start feeling
Well, I'm
confidence?
excited because I keep it real. So on my Insta, I show the whole process. I did butt cupping. I showed the whole process. I want women to know what it feels like, how the results are, if they're real or not. Because if you're going to waste your money paying for something, you need to know if it's real. So I'm literally showing the whole process. Like right now with the sculpting that I'm working with, this young lady, she is amazing. I'm not going to front because my stomach looks nice. But I still got a couple more sessions with her. And just so you can see, this is her. And I'll give you like the rest.
Okay.
I don't know if you can see it, but it's Queen's Body Sculpting. She is Nura NYC. I'll give you the info later with her. She is amazing. She's working on my stomach and other parts of my body. So let's see what 11 more sessions does for me.
Wow. Well, that's great, man. We love the fact here on the Angel of Words podcast that, you have the courage to, speak your truth, and that's fantastic. And the podcast is sponsored by OTW Threads, shout out to them. And now, Miss Cheka Shining, we've reached the point in the podcast where it's time to play 5 words with Angel. It's all right. On 5 words with Angel, we're gonna give you a word or phrase or a question, and you're gonna give us the first thought that comes to your head. Are you ready?
Okay.
All right, cool. The first word is BBW. What do you think when you think BBW?
Beautiful and confident.
Love it, love it. The second word is the fashion industry. What do you think about when you think about the fashion?
Change is coming.
Change is coming. That's a fact. The third word is the representation gap. That's the phrase, the representation gap when it comes to, the representation gap,
The gap
the representation gap.
is going to get better.
Love
It's
it. I
going to get
hope
better.
so. I really hope so. The next word is Project 67, helping women get notice for being plus size.
Um, when I think of that, I think of all the nice things that are about to happen. So I keep saying, shining, keep shining.
Slick, slick, keep shining. Now, the fifth word has nothing to do with this. What do you think about the Will Smith, Chris Rock situation? I gotta ask my people that.
Ooh, I plead the fifth.
Pleading the fifth. I love it. Pleading the fifth. Now, Cheka, could you give a message to the ladies out there that are plus size and they're trying to do big things with their modeling career?
Listen, you beautiful, beautiful queens, because that's what you are, queens. Don't ever forget that. You keep shining, you keep going. Don't let nobody stop your dreams. You're important, you're special, and you matter. And if you need that encouragement, hit up my Insta. I got you.
Cheka, where can we find you? Where can we find you? Where can people follow you for the inspiration? Where can people follow your trials and tribulations in this game?
Cheka_187.
187, Cheka_187. Everyone, that was Cheka Shining. Thank you so much for
Thank you, guys.
joining us. You're welcome. Everyone, don't forget, follow us on YouTube, all podcast platforms. Click on that notification bell, subscribe, share, do what you got to do. We're also on Spotify and all the other podcast platforms. Spotify has video now. Check out the merch at AOWENT.com and all the special exclusives that we have on the website. Our sponsors, OTW Threads, reminding you to be out of this world. Thank you for tuning in, everyone. We'll talk to you later.